Hey guys, welcome in. Let's jump in, see what wants to come through. If you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, you can find all of the information in the description box below. We have Fox. Surprise others with favors. Okay, so this might be a time where maybe you're just kind of like feeling abundant yourself, and this is saying that maybe you can pass that abundance on to others. I don't know if you've ever heard of that thing where, basically they say that if you have been given to, the odds are really good that, you'll continue to pass that along. So, what comes to mind here is when people pay for, say, drinks or a meal in the drive-through for the people behind them. And what typically happens is that those people then go on to maybe pay for the drinks or the meal of the people behind them, and so on and so on. Okay, so this is kind of what this is reminding me of. Let's go further into this and just see what this is about. I have lightning power. Again, this might be a time where you're feeling very abundant. Things are going really well in your life. You might be feeling extra generous right now. And this is saying that you are in a position of power, that you can spread, kind gestures on to others. And so, that is kind of what happens here is, we have like a little bit of a give and take in cycles that we're in, where it's saying, sometimes we are in need and people, give us things, and other times we are in a position of giving to others. And this seems like you might be in an energy right now where you have a little bit extra to be giving to others at this time. Okay, so this might be an encouragement to say that this can even be you giving to your family. This can say, hey, my loved ones have been there for me all the time, and I just want to show some love and gratitude for them. So maybe I'm going to treat them out to dinner and take them out to a good meal and let them know how much I really appreciate them. Okay, so this, giving of yourself and showing, kind gratitude to others can come in a variety of forms, whatever, works for you and feels good to you. I have transformation, becoming me. Okay, and this is just saying, that you are really feeling like yourself. You're really stepping into a place where you're feeling very confident in who you are, where you've been, and where you're going. Okay, again, this is kind of that abundant energy where it's saying that, you are abundant right now, and it is a time to share and give to others in that abundance. This can even be just being generous with your time. Maybe you are, someone that likes to do volunteer work, and maybe you feed the homeless, or maybe you volunteer, to clean up your neighborhood, or other ways that you can, volunteer and help. And this may be just encouraging you to say, hey, if you have a little bit of extra to give in some kind of way, maybe you might think about what would be a good way that you can give back to the community here. Okay. I have new door. Your prayers have been answered and a new door is being held open for you. Okay. So because of all of your past being generous, your past gratitude for all that you have in your life and your abundant mindset, it's saying that new doors are now opening for you. When we get to a place where, we have, done all of the work, where we're feeling very calm and confident, and, we've already moved through a lot of challenges in our life, but we've done so gracefully, we've transformed into a whole new self. This is saying that, again, we're in that position not only to be grateful for all that we have, and we tend to be more grateful when we go through a lot of challenges in life. We tend to be very grateful a little bit more, right? Because we're kind of like, wow, I didn't know how good I had it until, things got really bad. So because you've done all of that, it looks like you're now in a beautiful energy of saying, not only do you have an abundant mindset and you're grateful for all that you have, but you're also, in a position to generously share with others. Even if, you've already started to do this, this is saying that this abundant mindset, this attitude of gratitude, it is what is opening new doors for you in opportunities. Okay. Let's take a look at the overall energy, jump into some tarot, see what we got here. New opportunities really want to align with us. It's just a matter of getting in the right energy to kind of match up for it, because they're always available to us, but we have to align with it first in order for them to come in. I have the Three of Swords coming out here. So this doesn't surprise me. When you go through a great transformation, it's saying that this kind of comes with a price, if you will. This is saying that you've had a lot of hurt and pain here in the past, and you've kind of earned this badge of having a whole new you and going through this transformation. So again, like I said, sometimes when we're in that attitude of gratitude, it's because we've come from a place that was exactly opposite of that. So now we have a whole new found, gratitude for a new experience where it's just peaceful sometimes. Just even peace and harmony and balance in our lives is sometimes we're like, whew, thank goodness, after a lot of challenges. And this may be where you're at. But again, it's this attitude that you're having in regards to this process and now healing this. And now you're in a position where you can give, to others and be a little more grateful for your position and all of these new doors that are opening for you. Let's take a look at the recent past. The recent past, I have the 10 of cups coming out. So whatever it is that kind of was a bit heartbreaking for you, this is telling me that it may have had to do with a beautiful life that you had built for a while. You thought it was going to be your ultimate dream, your long-term thing, whether this was with a family or relationship or a job. This is saying that you were really fulfilled in this particular situation, but it really did need to come to an end, because at the end of the day it was heartbreaking. So this could even be something that doesn't have to be so dramatic as heartbreaking, as in you were kind of screwed over a little bit and it left you really feeling a type of way. This can also be a position where it just was time to move on. For instance, if this was a job, it may have just been, hey, you know what, I've been here a long time and it's just time for me to have something new in my life. And so even though I thought I was going to be here long term, I've been really happy here and satisfied. I thought this was it. It's just time for me to move along, because I'm just no longer happy here. It's just no longer fulfilling. Okay, let's take a look at the present energy and see what's happening here. I have the Sun and the Knight of Swords coming out here, okay? So this is telling you that, you've gained some clarity on which direction you want to go. You've made your choice and you're now headed in that new direction in regards to that open door here, okay? So if this is a new job, say for instance, it looks like you've already taken time to put out resumes, make phone calls, get your resume out there, put in applications, just kind of get in touch with some people that maybe have some connections here. But it looks like you're actively taking action on this because you've gained a sense of clarity on the situation and where it is you want to go. So therefore you've taken action. Even though this here in the past was something that you thought would ideally be, your long-term happiness and joy, you've moved in a new direction because it's just no longer feeling good to you or fulfilling. Let's take a look at the near future. The near future, I have the Two of Pentacles, and this is just saying that you're going to begin to start something new, or you're moving in a new direction, and you're just getting a solid footing on that. Okay, with the Two of Pentacles, sometimes we have our foot in one world and our other foot in the other world into the new, right? One in the old, one in the new, and we're just kind of balancing that. Okay, old world, new world kind of stuff here. And this is just saying that you're going to be working on getting a sense of balance in your life in regards to all of this new change that's taken place here. You're going to be able to kind of get your priorities straight and learn how to balance those things. It may be a little bit challenging at first, right? It's going to feel a little bit off balance, maybe a little bit chaotic, but you're going to get your footing soon enough because you really have a clear direction here on where it is you want to go. So just remind yourself of that you're headed in the right direction. Things are going to be a little bit challenging at first. Anything that we do that is brand new is going to take some time for us to find some comfort in and really find a sense of balance in it. Okay. Let's take a look at some advice for you so that I can see if there's any advice, maybe something that, would be helpful for you here. I have the Three of Pentacles coming out here in your advice, and this is just saying, hey, the advice is to say, recognize your efforts and your energies in this group dynamic, whatever it is you're moving into. The energies that I'm picking up on, this might be a job, and this is just saying that the advice here is just to be a team player, okay? You got those two coins, and you're going to be juggling and trying to, get your footing in regards to this new situation, but it's just saying, hey, don't forget, you're a team player here. Make sure that you do your part. Get to these situations, do your part in these group dynamics, have a say in what your opinion is, and contribute properly. Make sure that you're also honoring your own contribution as well, and making sure that you're putting pride in your own work and being able to be confident in that, as well as giving to the group efforts here. And I think it's going to move in a positive direction for you. Okay, so just remember to be a team player, even though it may be challenging, because you're also trying to get a sense of balance in the new situation. And it's kind of hard to then focus on also being that team player and having that positive attitude here. But it's saying, if you can, just try to give a little bit here and be gracious with yourself and others in this. Let's take a look at what's hidden here. Is there something that you're not seeing that would prove helpful? What's hidden here is the Eight of Swords. Again, this can be, just that, getting caught up in the mindset. This may be that you're getting a little bit caught up in the thoughts of the what ifs because you're in a new transition. You're going in a whole new direction, and this can tend to, evoke a little bit of fear in us and make us question or doubt our decisions. Okay, so even though you're here in this energy of gaining clarity and a sense of direction with the Sun and the Knight of Swords and the present energy here, this is saying that because you thought where you were was happy before, this was where you're going to be, and it kind of ended in a way that wasn't ideal to you or how you thought it would turn out. This is making it a little bit uncomfortable to move in this new direction and gain a sense of footing and confidence in it. Okay, but know that you will gain that footing. You will gain that sense of confidence. Just give yourself time and grace and go easy on yourself. Be a team player. Try to contribute to others. Show that you're willing to, be a team player here, and you're willing to contribute in whatever ways without overgiving, obviously. And go easy on yourself. Don't get yourself so stuck in the what ifs. What would have been? Did I make the right decision? Get yourself out of this negative mindset with Eight of Swords that you might be getting stuck in, and just, take it one step at a time, one day at a time. Let's take a look at what you don't see coming in the coming weeks here. So far, this looks really good. I have the Five of Wands and the Two of Cups coming out here, okay? The Five of Wands came out originally, it was in reverse, and it's just saying here, this is a little bit of a competitive nature here, okay, with the Two of Cups and the Five of Wands. This is saying here in the near future, what you don't see coming is that you're going to eventually kind of get to a place where you're enjoying a little bit of this competitive nature in this dynamic here. For some reason, I'm picking up on a job here, but place it as it will. But with this job, it's just saying, hey, you know what? Now I'm gaining a new sense of confidence in these coming weeks. I've, got my footing here in this new, venture that I'm on. And now I'm going to be able to kind of step fully into that competitive edge. And I'm going to be able to not only balance myself out and have these beautiful new relationships with my coworkers, my friends, my, boss, whatever's happening here, but I'm going to be able to not only be comfortable in this, I'm going to be comfortable enough that I'm going to be able to take on new challenges and really have that competitive edge going on. Here I have change coming in here. And this is just saying again that it's indicative of the things that kind of got you here. You went through a significant change here that transformed you into a whole new, way of being here. And that can throw you off balance a little bit. So it's understandable the energies that you're in. But take confidence in the fact that this is the right direction. You did make the right choice. You're always moving in a direction that is for your highest and greatest good. And you just need to, find confidence in that fact and understand that, hey, I'm moving forward. It's a little bit uneasy because it's change, it's different, but soon I'll gain my footing like anything else new that I've done before, and I'll begin to get a sense of comfortability in it, and I'll be able to, find my place in it and move positively forward in it, okay? So this looks like things are turning out really positive for you, okay? This looks like, if this is a new job, congratulations, and this is saying that just, go easy on yourself. If you kind of allow yourself to stay out of that negative mindset of the what ifs and what's going to be, and just kind of engage with being a little bit of a proactive team player here, get your sense of footing, give yourself grace, things are really going to move forward in a positive direction for you. And you're going to find that you're going to have really positive new connections here that are going to inspire you to rise to the challenge and maybe have new goals in mind. So I hope you found this reading to be helpful. And until I see you again, take care.